Hello and welcome to this November roadmap walkthrough for Train Sim World. This one looks particularly exciting, so if you like this video, please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing. It really is appreciated. But without further ado, let's jump into the roadmap. And there's some notable additions. It's worth saying we now know what the Swiss route it's being developed by Rivet Games, so we'll get to see some teasers of that. Both the gameplay packs as well, so we now know it's one for Edinburgh, Glasgow, and one for Arosa. We also know now who the new developer is, SimTrack Studios. They'll be bringing the Class 323 Regional Railways pack, and we know there'll be another gameplay pack coming by Skyhook Games. So really interesting stuff there. And I think it's also worth saying the US route has been brought forward into the 0 to 3 months bracket. So quite a few things being announced, shifting around, which we'll dive into. So this is a bit of a summary, bit about Blackpool branches, which comes out actually next week today. So on the 14th of November, we know what the Swiss route is, the 2 gameplay packs we talked about, SimTrack Studios and their first gameplay loco pack, bit of a reflection on the patches and updates, a bit of an update on the winter core patch that's coming with some quite notable improvements actually around formation designer, suspension, and also the HUD improvements. Get a little bit of an update on Köln-Aachen's new timetable because, that's looking good. Then a few other updates as well. And then we've got Community Corner, but I don't think I'll cover that. I'll let you read that in your own time. I'll drop a link to this article in the description below. And so to cover some changes from previous roadmap overview, so that's first picture that we saw, revealed the name. Yep, we know it was revealed the name, all content from this roadmap. Yep, that makes sense. We've got a Skyhook Games gameplay pack, 0 to 3 months. Now that's interesting to kind of just speculate what that could be. Could be for the Midland main line. Kind of feels like it could be. Unsure what else it may be, but I'm sure the speculation will... the rumour mill will get going. We've got some mini HUD improvements. Yep, that's great. Midland Mainline improvements as well. Fantastic. The Regional Railway 323 pack by SimTrack Studios. Another loco pack by SimTrack Studios. The Austrian route has now moved up to 4 to 6 months, previously 6 months plus. US route has moved, as I said, into 0 to 3 months. And additionally, our 6-month upcoming German loco will now be Austrian. That's intriguing. I wonder why that's switched from German to Austrian. Well, I'm sure we'll find out in some point. That is a hell of a list, yes. Welcome to our second monthly roadmap since release of Train Sim World 4. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Lots of stuff to look. Let's jump straight into it. So, as I said, Blackpool branches coming November the 14th. You can see the video that has been released today, actually. Just a little teaser of the 142s, the pacer, some of the sounds. Pretty good, I would say. And we've got another video there that has been released by Just Train. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave that for you. And there's also more information on Just Train's website, where they go into a lot greater detail than certainly this article does. But they've done obviously some interviews with the developers at Just Trains. I'm not going to read that. I'm just going to give you the pictures because that's really what we're interested in. And it's quite noticeable that the 142, the pacer, comes in 3 different liveries. So you've got a cream and brown here. We also see it. We've got a bit of a moody picture here going on at night with the fog. I love that. That looks very nice. There we go. We've got the blue regional livery on the pacer there, and I'm sure, look at that, 2 pacers together. Look at that scene. It just looks fantastic. This is one I'm really, really excited for. I will be obviously showing it on the channel, and I'll be streaming live, so do check that out. We've got another shot of the pacer with the Pleasure Beach in the background. How good does that look? You can tell that there's been some considerable amount of time spent on this. And the amount of locos and different liveries that we get. So the Class 47 that you see in front of us there, it will come in 3 different liveries as well. So this is what I mean. It's just so much coming with this route. And the Blackpool Tower, oh, I love it. I can't say enough good things. So hopefully what we've seen to date, what's been talked about, lives up to its hype. It's worth also saying that the preview of Blackpool branches is on Thursday, November the 9th, so go and check out that if you're potentially interested in picking this route up. Now we come on to the brand new Swiss route that's been announced by Rivet Games. So we've got the Bernina line, Spizzo Bernina to Tirano. And as I understand it, Tirano is actually in Italy. So we've got another border route, which is quite interesting actually. But it obviously starts off in Switzerland. And I think what's really noticeable as well here is the kind of the level up in terms of the scenery and the detail that we've seen on the likes of Vorarlberg has been also used here. So the LiDAR technology. And yeah, wow, doesn't it look good? I think some things I've certainly noticed from comments, people who are well more informed on Swiss railways than certainly I am, is that the start and end point aren't really logical or terminus stations for this, I guess, this service, this route that would traditionally be taken. So it's a bit of a disappointment. I don't think it says how long this route is, but I could be kind of forgiving if if the scenery makes up for it. But it would have been nice to perhaps have the full kind of start to finish. But hey ho. But here more of the Bernina line, and you can see the locos. We've got some coaches going on here. We've got something being teased there. Can't quite see what that is, but I guess it's some kind of multiple unit. Picture postcards, views away. Yeah, absolutely. Based on some of these pictures you're seeing in front of us. Of course, this really iconic spiral viaduct that does the 360 loop. That's very, very iconic. If you're a train fan, you more than likely have come across this. So yeah, I'm very excited to give this a go. Imagine what you could be doing in off the rails mode, and you could put some crazy locos down the 360 viaduct. How cool would that be? Anyway, let's move on. We've got soon run around. So it'll come with the RHB Versatile ABE 8/12 EMU, 3 cars in length, and you can see that there. Okay, that's probably what we were seeing up above there. Is that EMU with some coaches behind it? So that's a little bit different, having an EMU followed by a rake of coaches. And also something that's really interesting that stood out to me here is that Rivet's innovative announcer, as you'll remember on the Class 385 from Edinburgh to Glasgow, returns. But the big thing is fully automatic. God, this is really, really what I wish they had hoped they'd go back and implement on Edinburgh, Glasgow, because it would just having those in the background, automatically going off would be awesome. So there we go. There's just kind of the intro into that route. It's quite an interesting one. I think a lot of people will think back to probably a Arosa, which is obviously sort of a similar type of route that has been released by Rivet Games. I think it was quite kind of marmitey in terms of whether people like that route or not. So I'm really interested to see what they do with this route, and I'm sure we'll start to see some more teasers along the way. Got a bit of a update on Timetable. So this is from Aschaffenburg to Miltenberg. Sorry. We've got here's just a bit of a recap. So this is something that was announced in the October roadmap. So we've got the diesel to zero, the 640. It will come with the 363 to do a little bit of freight, and it will also have the 628 that's from Niddeltalbahn, but in the red DB layer. So that's pretty cool. And again, we've just got some more some new shots of Maintalbahn. looking pretty good, I have to say. Personally, not one that's kind of appeals to me, but the shots certainly look good. And then we come on to the gameplay packs. So there were 2 gameplay packs announced on the roadmap by Rivet Games. First one being the RHB Arosa Aggregates. So we'll get 2 liveries for the RHB G4/4 electric loco, and it will also come with 5 scenarios, which is pretty cool. You can see those 2 liveries there. Some pretty different looking liveries. I quite like those. And it'll also come with these new wagons that look like they dispense gravel and aggregates along the way. That's pretty different. And then we come on to the one that I'm personally most excited about. And this is the Engineering Express. So this is for Edinburgh to Glasgow. We're finally seeing the Class 66 in some different liveries. Finally, not just the same old EWS Class 66 livery. We're going to get the Ocean Network Express, or the 1 magenta livery, and also the DRS, the Direct Rail Services. And I think this one's the most exciting because this means, I think it's fair to say, that they've obviously been able to obtain the license to use their liveries. So I think that opens up possibilities for future UK routes. So this is one I'm very excited for, and you can see here we've got the 66 in its 1 livery. Very kind of out there. You've if you've seen this around, you'll know about it. That's for sure. I'm really loving this, and it will feature new emergency adapter coupler, so to the 66. So a little bit probably like the Class 37 in its Euro Phoenix livery. Something similar to that, I'd imagine. So you'll be able to pick up 385 EMUs and also YJB Sea-Cow wagons. So very cool. Both these will be available from the 21st, so not far away at all. And they'll be providing some more information in the coming weeks, so that's really not far away at all. They'll come at £9.99, €11.99, and $14.99. Interesting. I'm looking forward to that one the most. And then we move on to the new partner, introducing SimTrack Studios. Okay, so we've got a little bit about who SimTrack are. They're a brand new studio, so you won't have heard of them. May know some of the individuals that's behind this, but I think what we're really interested in is their announcement of the regional railways liveried Class 323 alongside a set of scenarios. I mean, this will be for Birmingham Cross City. I mean, it's not the most exciting, and given that this livery is also on Creators Club, it's not the most exciting. It doesn't quite do it for me, I don't think. I mean, I get that it'll be their first product, so they're starting probably with something small. We'll see about this. If it's reasonably priced, might be worth picking up, perhaps in a sale. I don't know what it will offer that we don't already have in the game, especially as we have the Class 323 already in the Western Midlands Railway livery and also the Northern livery. My guess is that this will probably coincide with the release of the suspension update, and this will be kind of the selling factor of it. So we'll see. It's not it's okay. And I think the only other thing that stood out to me was obviously their other loco pack, and they've kind of teased it here. I think it's safe to say that the interview has peaked here. It's time for us to put the kettle on. It kind of makes me think Peak Forest, kettle. No, we definitely don't want kettles. We don't want any more steam locos. We want diesel on that route. If that was their second loco pack, I think they would have been onto a winner there. We'll see. Hopefully it's not what I think it is. And then we come up to patches and updates. So we've got Xbox crashing and missing entitlements. So a couple of weeks back, remaining issues causing certain Xbox system crash on menu startup. So that's been fixed. Additionally, we've managed to solve some of the missing enticements across different platforms. So the 700 on Epic Games, GWE on Epics, and the 204 on Xbox. So we know these issues have been frustrating. Yeah, I'm sure it has. It seems like they've fixed it. The patch on the 31st, I know there were quite a lot of issues with this patch. Personally, I didn't see any, but I certainly saw the feedback on the forum around this patch. I think they're just kind of owning up to it. It didn't go quite to plan, so they'll endeavour to not repeat that, which is, is good. But shouldn't have kind of happened in the first place. So hopefully they learn from that for the 50th time. It feels like this is a bit of a recurring theme. Then we talk about community mods and testing processes. Whilst we don't actively support PC mods, we also understand they are important. Yes, they certainly are. Latest patch was intended to improve the modding ability on TSW4, but it ended up affecting other core mods instead. Yes. So they rolled back this little bit of improvement to make implementing mods. So a lot of the mods that have previously worked in Train Sim World 3, if you were... I don't even think you can easily port them across to TSW4 due to various reasons. So I think this was an attempt to make mods, I guess, easier to implement. Guess it's not worked, but hopefully that will kind of get resolved in time, because there's some absolutely fantastic mods out there. I know we've got a bit of a summary on previous patches I won't kind of dwell on. Let's look at future patches, because this is something that's quite important to us. So there's some improvements coming for York-Trenton. We've got Antelope Valley, some lighting issues being solved. The 4024 indicator light visibility, yes, that desperately needs improvement because they're far too dim. East Coast Mainline OHLE improvements, interesting to see what that will bring. The 182C for warning lights and audio, yeah, definitely. And photo mode improvements, interesting to see what that it brings, because it's been pretty good actually. And then we've got this much larger update that will they're calling the Winter Core update, and so it will bring kind of the long-awaited formation design and suspension improvements that were announced alongside the release of Train Sim World 4, and also some updates to the mini HUD. So I think this sounds like a pretty good update to me. The mini HUD, I think, for me, has been really well received. And it sounds like we're going to be getting some more customization, which is always a good thing, because it wasn't quite right, but I'm glad they've certainly listened. So they're continuing on Formation Designer. You can preview, get a preview of the UI. Okay, we saw a bit of that last time round. Nothing too much to say. If you missed it on the Blackpool branches section, this will... with the release of this route, we've worked closely with Just Train, so we will see the improvements, the suspension improvements, and I think it's fair to say due to the kind of the nature of the pacer, it sounds like it's been far easier to implement kind of simulation of the suspension, and of course. The pacer is very iconic for being a bouncy train, so I'm looking forward to driving that and getting that feel of the bounce, and hopefully it feels realistic. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And then they'll continue to improve on core improvements and retroactively add the improvements to the new locos included in the TSW4 standard editions. Okay, interesting. So we've got more suspension improvements coming down the line, which is understandable. Then we've got a bit on the mini HUD improvements. I think it's been absolutely fantastic, the implementation of a mini HUD. For me, it just allows me to focus more on driving the train as you would, rather than relying on a big dial in the bottom right-hand corner. You're actually looking at the dash. And paying more attention, but I think there were a few things that I would have liked to seen implemented, which looks like they are. So I'm really happy about this. And these are, so we've got much more customization via a range of talkable HUD elements. That's cool. It allows you to customize what you see. Amazing. And also include elements of your speed, distance to current objective, and track markers, platform markers, and sidings. This one was probably quite key for me because not knowing where the the station was, it was very difficult sometimes to judge how far a station was away. So here's some of the customization. So you can see here, this is distance to the next objective. You've got a bit of the speed and the kind of accelerometer. Personally, probably not for me, because again, it just detracts from actually looking at the dials in the cab. But speed limit, gradient, I think that's pretty cool. I like the distance as well. If you're traveling at 0 to 80 kilometers, you'll see 1.5 kilometers ahead, which then scales up to a 6 kilometer distance. The faster you're traveling, that's really important, because driving, high speed trains, if that distance isn't very far and you've got a station coming up, then you're going to be caught out. So you can see there, it will show you 3.3 kilometers ahead, which is pretty cool actually. And then you can see the station markers there. And additionally, the countdown progress bar now has the option of 1, 2, or 4 kilometers. That's pretty cool. So the kind of striped orange and white bar, rather than just being a kilometer, you can kind of set that to whatever you want it to be. It's a shame it doesn't kind of scale again upon the kind of speed you're doing. Because knowing 1 kilometer out, you come to a station at high speed. But then if you've got this, I guess it kind of doesn't matter so much. Now, this is one that I'm very excited for. We talked about, probably not in the last roadmap, but the roadmap before, is the Köln-Aachen timetable update. And I'll just roll through some of the pictures because they're fantastic. But there have been a lot more services included. And it really takes this route to the next level. This is one that I've always thought was a little bit quiet. Obviously, it was the core route of Train Sim 2. And this is really taking it to the next level. You can see just the amount of stock. You've got the IC1, various other locos here, the 146. This is going to be a very, very busy Köln. New York-Trenton performance. Obviously, that was when that patch came out. There was quite a few people reporting poor performance, which sounds like it's been improved, and long-awaited Midland mainline improvements. So we'll want to share some news on the range of improvements. So we've got route scenery improvements, more vegetation clutter scenery. I think that's pretty cool. Snow build-up, improvements to station and route signage, cool. Station lighting improvements, HST adjustments and fixes, notably livery designer. Also, the numbering, that's really bad at the minute, the numbering on the HST. Updated all scenarios and timetable to use TSW4 scoring, which is, I think, still broken, but hey ho. And scenario planner AI portal functionality. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, this is long, well overdue. Far too long to come out. They'll be coming to both. These patches will be coming to Train Sim 4 and Train Sim 3. That's very cool. No release date planned yet. So, yeah, okay. Hopefully this comes sooner rather than later. It's been far too long, as I said. TSW3 updates. God, this is hopefully not a repeat of Train Sim 2 updates that were constantly promised, but it sounds like it's moving forward at the right direction, albeit probably slower than we would have wanted. So we've got just a bit of information to say the updates will be staged, and it's the first batch has gone into testing this week, and I'll keep you updated on the release date. The later batches will include Midland Main Line and the Trenton updates. Okay, cool. Yep, that's fair enough. And then we come on to Community Corner. So that is a lot of information contained in that roadmap. So pretty impressed. This is probably a little bit longer one than I expected. But but some really, really interesting stuff I'm looking forward to. Hopefully you are as well. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.